Good afternoon, gentlemen. Today we will not be learning about phosphate sugar nitrogenous bases. That's for another time. Today I'd like to welcome Northridge at home, our students, parents, administrators, to our annual High School Awards Ceremony 2020 virtual edition. Despite such unprecedented times and being socially distanced from one another physically, Northridge can still come together virtually to celebrate many of the achievements of our students. This is testimony to our mission. Northridge is awesome. This year, those achievements have been impressive. Even through online learning, our students have continued to demonstrate resilience, work ethic, adaptability, and scholarship, raising the bar to the highest levels in this time of distance learning. The best in the state of Illinois. I know myself and the entire staff are so proud of you, and we are proud to honor your achievements to date and to come. Today, we have an awesome program ahead. We will have faculty coming in, remoting in, a word from our headmaster Neil Fagan, and even a special performance by our remote band members. Today, we want to celebrate you, our students. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first award category, academics. Let's hear it for all of our honor roll students in the 9th, 10th, and 11th grade years. Feel free to comment and clap. First, the second honor roll. We have all these knights here in the second honor roll. Awesome work, guys. Great work. And now, let's hear it for the first honor roll. First honor roll students, amazing work, the best. Thank you so much. And now, with distinguished honor, for the Dean's List Award, which is given to students who achieve all A's across the board. This year's Dean's List students go to these knights. Amazing work, guys. Well done, students, on the honor roll. And now we move on to two wonderful awards that we have here at Northridge Preparatory School. One is the Most Improved Student Award, and the second is the Academic Achievement Award. The Most Improved Student Award is given to the student at each level who has shown the greatest improvement in approach to serious study and a spirit of cooperation with the school from one year to the next. The Academic Achievement Award is given to that student who has used his talents to the fullest and has achieved academic excellence across his classes. We will begin with the 9th grade class. This year, we are proud to announce that the Most Improved Student Award goes to a student who has been awesome in biology class, coming in with the greatest questions before and after class. Please welcome me in congratulating Brian Kane. Brian, awesome work. This year's 9th grade Academic Achievement Award, the faculty honors a student who has performed to the highest level across all his classes. Please welcome Jacob Reitzel. Congratulations, Jacob. Awesome work. Well deserved. Now we move on to the 10th grade. The 10th grade Most Improved Student Award goes to Chris Calderisi. Chris, thank you so much for all your hard work. Awesome work. Now we move on to the 10th grade Academic Achievement Award. This was very close this year. We are proud to announce this year's 10th grade Academic Achievement Award winner, Thomas Scherer. Thomas, excellent work. Now we move on to the 11th grade year. This year's Most Improved Award goes to Ralph Tangaroran. Ralph, awesome work. Thank you for all your hard work. And finally, we go to this year's 11th grade Academic Achievement Award. We give this award to someone who has demonstrated outstanding character and for representing his class very well. Please congratulate Andrew Brockmeyer. Andrew, awesome work. Thank you again to all the Most Improved students and the Academic Achievement Award winners. Now I would like to turn it to Mr. Peter Fletcher, head of the high school here at Northridge, who will give us some further awards, including the Department Scholar Awards, as well as some special senior awards. Peter, take it away.
And now for the Most Improved Student Award. This award celebrates the efforts of a student who makes significant progress in academic excellence over the course of the past year, who has worked diligently across all of his classes this year and earned straight A's and just one B this spring. He has helped other students to rise to the occasion in group projects. He has demonstrated a passion for all things World War II, and he even learned to speak German when playing a key role in Stalag 17 last year. He also spent most of his summer and Christmas break painting the halls and classrooms of Northridge. Finally, his strong work ethic and academic discipline this year led to an unbelievable 9% increase over last year in his GPA. The 2019-20 Most Improved Student Award goes to Sean Keith. And now for the Academic Achievement Award. This award honors a senior who has demonstrated excellence across all of his classes and significantly contributed to the academic life of Northridge. This year's award celebrates a senior who excelled in history, English, religion, science, math, and Spanish. He has given significant time tutoring his peers as well as many underclassmen over the past several years. He anchored our math team over the past few years, and last year helped the math team to the second highest state tournament finish in Northridge history. In our fine arts curriculum, this student sang in a cappella, played drums at athletic events, and the piano at Mass. He is the 2019-20 student band leader, and he played Joseph Pulitzer in Newsies, all while earning many of the highest grades in the most difficult classes offered at Northridge. Concluding his career at Northridge with a cumulative GPA of 97.45, the Senior Academic Achievement Award goes to Anthony Schmidt.
let's keep rolling. On to the Department Scholar Awards. We asked each department here at Northridge to select a student specific to their discipline, who during the course of his years exhibited a unique and unparalleled proficiency in the subject matter. Here to present these awards, please welcome our faculty department heads. Faculty?
These are awards which are given to students who demonstrate academic excellence across different areas of the curriculum. We're going to begin with the Religion Department Award. So the Religion Department Award this year could go to several students who went above and beyond in their participation in the senior seminar class and in the study of their faith. Two in particular are worthy of honorable mention: seniors John Sacris and Nico Keegan-Caro. St. Maximilian Kolbe, just months before his death during World War II, said, "No one in the world can change truth. What we can do and should do is seek it and serve it when it is found." The winner of this year's Religion Department Award consistently demonstrated a sincere search for truth and a desire to share that truth with clarity and courage. He was consistent throughout this year in his study of the faith, his example of charity, and his desire to serve others. Whether it was straightening Mr. Harrington's desks at the end of every class, or serving at church and throughout the community, this student truly stands out in a stellar class of seniors. This year's Religion Department Award goes to Teddy Martinez.
I've been tasked here to announce the Science Department Award recipient. He has a great scientific mind, has a great love for learning, and I'm sure that, whatever this young man does, I truly believe that he'll do a great job of advancing the science field for the benefit of others. And that is Mr. Ruben Avila.
The humanities at Northridge are intended not only to teach students how to read, write, and speak well, but to enable us to explore what is shared in the human experience. In English, we achieve this end by the study of stories. Throughout his time at Northridge, this student has displayed an ability to read critically, write fluidly, and speak persuasively. This student's enthusiasm and ability to get to the heart of the issue always raise the level of conversation in English classes. Whether dissecting what makes a successful marriage via Anna Karenina, or debating whether Dante's Inferno is actually just. Paul Fletcher, congratulations, you are the recipient of the 2020 English Department Achievement Award.
The Foreign Language Award is given to a student who has demonstrated a high degree of academic achievement, as well as made consistent contributions to the target language usage in the classroom. This year's recipient has been an enthusiast for the Latin language since day one, and I will always remember most fondly how he spearheaded the effort to get our class to translate contemporary pop songs into Latin, which turned out to be a substantial enough activity that it ended up on the semester final. Although I'm pretty sure that many did not want it that way. Qualis cordis dolor. It is my pleasure to announce that this year's Foreign Language Award goes to DJ Adams.
There are many talented mathematicians in this year's senior class. However, one of them stands out among the others. This young man has earned the highest marks in math since he came to Northridge as a middle schooler. This comes as no surprise, as he is a highly disciplined worker and a creative mathematical thinker. What really stands out about this young man is that he is always generous when it comes to helping out his fellow classmates. It is my pleasure to announce that this year's Math Department Scholar Award will go to Anthony Schmidt.
I would first like to commend all of the seniors who were part of the music program, not only this year, but many of them, this is the first class that I've seen from the 6th grade all the way through 12th grade as musicians, and they've been really terrific. It seems unfair to single out any one student, but I would like to recognize 2 outstanding students in particular for their service to the music program. I remember Anthony Schmidt and David Adams showing up after school as 6th graders to start our first percussion ensemble, playing duets of Heart and Soul on the piano or any other instrument they could find. Anthony was percussion section leader and then student band leader this last year. David Adams took up the bass in 9th grade because that's what was needed in the band, and played and sang in every possible music group we've ever had at Northridge. And hopefully many other students can live up to the level of David Adams and Anthony Schmidt and all of our other seniors. Thank you.
Dear parents, I have been asked to give an award to the best student in the history department this year. I have many, many very good candidates that I could give this award to because we have a very talented senior class. And we have one student, I think, who stands out. Not only could he read and write extraordinarily well, but he had a real keen desire to get to what was important and understand those details and the significance of those events that impact us today. I very much enjoyed his good questions, his well-prepared arguments and debates, and during our reenactments. He was the consummate actor who demonstrated the depth of his arguments with just the right amount of wit. I'm very pleased to announce that this year's Scholar History Department winner is Mr. Paul Fletcher.
And now I'd like to introduce our athletic director, Mr. Will Ray, who will introduce the Dave Burns Award.
As Northridge's athletic director, it is my distinct and profound honor to present the 2020 Dave Burns Scholar Athlete Award. This award, as you may know, was named after Dave Burns, Northridge's athletic director from 1980 through 1988, when sadly Mr. Burns was diagnosed with cancer and passed away. This award is given to the scholar athlete, senior, who represents many of the qualities that Mr. Burns himself embodied. His integrity, intelligence, his fortitude, and his selflessness. Again, it's my profound honor to name the Dave Burns Award winner for this year, which goes to a young man by the name of Dan Kane. Dan was a 3-sport athlete at Northridge throughout his career, an all-conference competitor in soccer, also an all-conference and all-state competitor in basketball, and one who qualified for the state finals in track and field. Dan Kane is a very deserving recipient of this award, as he was the overwhelming choice of Northridge faculty and staff. Again, a heartfelt congratulations to senior Dan Kane, the 2020 Dave Burns Scholar Athlete Award winner. At this time, I would like to introduce our headmaster, Mr. Neil Fagan, who will introduce our next award winners.
And now we would like to announce a very special award. This is given to the student who has shown the most initiative and spirit of concern in contributing to the life of the school. And in many ways, it is Northridge's highest award, and it's called the Roy Wauck Award. Roy Wauck was one of the founding fathers of Northridge. It was actually in his living room back in 1975 when the idea for Northridge was first born. And Roy served on the board for Northridge for over 25 years, either as its president or as a member. He was instrumental in founding this school to have a mission of building men of character, and he himself led through service until his death in 2008, and his son and many of his grandsons have come through the school. In the past, we've had 2 recipients. We've had at least co-recipients of the award, and this year we felt that that was appropriate. So we are going to award this Roy Wauck Award to 2 students. And the first is known for his leadership in the drama program. He was one of the strongest actors in the program, but also one of the most humble. He stood out for always looking out for the next guy. He has this great appreciation for people. He really stood out for just appreciating people. But not just appreciating them, he would go out of his way to help people in quiet ways. He would see when, especially in the drama program, a member of the cast needed some helping, and he'd take that person aside, boost him up, word of encouragement, maybe tutor him a bit. But always in a way that kind of was hidden. So you never knew, sometimes even yourself, that you were being helped, or certainly other people wouldn't know that this young man was helping this other young man. He seems to have this kind of, if you will, preferential option for helping people. This young man stands out for being cheerful. Whenever you see him, he's probably in a group of people, and that group is laughing. He seems to be at the center of laughter all day long. He stood out for being a pleasure in the classroom. Many teachers spoke about what a pleasure it was to have him contribute. It was always a positive contribution. And he's been of real service to Northridge. We all know him as the voice of Northridge, not only for his daily announcements, but now during the shutdown, he continued that, creating his own YouTube videos, and we trusted him enough to give him access to our YouTube channel, where he himself would upload them on a daily, consistent basis. So please join me in congratulating this year's Roy Wauck co-recipient, Luca Perry. Now, the second recipient of the Roy Wauck Award is also well known for his leadership, particularly on the sports field, where he has had an outstanding effect on the teams that he's led. But that leadership in the athletic arena, while it certainly contributes to him meriting this award, is not the primary reason for him receiving it. There are more important and probably, I think, less well-known contributions that he has made. We've witnessed this young man frequently taking the time to build up younger students. He would reach out to middle schoolers on his own, just give him a pat in the back, see him in the hallways, give him a high five. Because I think he knows how much it means to them. He probably experienced this himself as a younger student at Northridge. And we all know the impact that it has when some older guy that you look up to takes an interest on you. If he's a man of good character, as this one is, it really sets your desire to imitate him and grow up like him. Not only, though, with our Northridge middle schoolers, this gentleman who's going to receive the award actually was requested to be a mentor of a Northridge summer camp student. The mom approached us, asked for a mentor. Her son wanted this young man to be his mentor, and so he did. He took the student under his wing, he tutored him. On his own, he would sometimes surprise this young boy by showing up at his sports games. But especially in this past year, this young man has risen to the occasion of quiet leadership, often behind the scenes. As a hall leader, he was one of the most reliable in making sure that the hall events happened. He showed a ton of initiative and hard work to make sure everything came together and that we had great hall events. And then also among his class, there are times every year when the students see things, especially seniors, and sometimes they needed course correction, or we ourselves at the school as faculty and staff needed to do a better job helping the class. And this young man was voluntold by his classmates to be the representative. And he handled these matters with great delicacy, great leadership, great judgment. So for his combination of leadership on the sports field, but it's also especially service to younger students, and then poise and judgment and leadership among his class, we would like to award Mr. Kevin Thursby with the Roy Wauck Award. Now, there are many other students whose name were thrown out for these awards, and some honorable mentions were Ruben Avila, Paul Fletcher, Cirrus, and many others. There's many in the class who could have received these awards, and some of the names I just mentioned will receive other awards. But there's occasions when we want to recognize students in a special way, not with awards that are given out every year, but with special awards that fit those students whom we think should be recognized for these characteristics. And the first special award, and we'll have two of them this year, we're calling the Magnanimous Leadership Award. Magnanimity is a virtue that strives for great things. If one does this for his own glory, that's pride. But magnanimity is actually founded on humility, and it's the strength of not being afraid of the effort required to strive for greatness. And one of the members of this class of 2020 in particular has demonstrated this virtue. He has shown it in the classroom. He's a sharp student, but he had to work hard for his grades, and he worked hard enough that in some years he probably would have earned the role of valedictorian. But not just in his grades. He's shown it in a desire to help. Many of you will not know this, but this young man who's going to receive this award has been one of the most consistent tutors during his time here, tutoring other younger students who needed his help. But he would never receive any compensation for it. He always did it for free. This young man has shown great enterprise at the school. He's been one of the leaders of the superfans. He's organized them in a great way. He and his classmate were actually the first and so far only students ever to run their own Northridge summer camp. We trusted them so much, their maturity, that we let them build it, advertise it, and run it all under Northridge's auspices. He's probably the most successful entrepreneur the Northridge has ever had, building a business that many adults would be proud of. And the point is that he stands out for his initiative, for his focus on service, and a total lack of fear of the effort required to achieve great things. For this special award of magnanimous leadership, please join me in honoring Ivan Fediv. Now, the last award we're going to give, we're calling the Esprit Award. And in one sense, it could go to the entire class. This class is a great love of school, love of Northridge. But there's young one man whom we thought really stood out, not only for his school spirit, but as for his desire to build that enthusiasm among others. And for this reason, we wanted to recognize him with a special Esprit Award. He transferred to Northridge his sophomore year, and we are very glad that he did. He's always a gentleman, he's always positive, and similar to his friend Ivan, this young man is unafraid of the effort required to do a job well, including to run the super vans and get everybody jazzed, whether it's for the basketball games or for a hall fest or just for Northridge. But what's particularly special is that this enthusiasm and cheerful example is combined with a real strength of character. This man is a gentleman of whom we're proud. And he always brings a great energy, I think driven from his great example, from his character, that infects those around him. So for this infectious enthusiasm for Northridge, please join me in congratulating Mr. Thomas Athey for the Esprit Award.
Thank you, Neil, so much for that. And now for something new. We have a special award given by the senior class. And here to present it, a few members of the class of 2020.
And now, on behalf of the class of 2020, we'd like to present our very special faculty with some very special awards. Now, Northridge faculty are truly something to behold, because we know they could be getting paid way more to do way less work at some other public school. But we very much appreciate that you choose to spend your time here with us making pennies. That was a joke. Please don't kill me, Mr. McGovern. And now, on behalf of the class of 2020, we'd like to present some very special faculty members with some very special awards.
All right. Well, to start things off, this is the Absolute GOAT Award. I think it's all obvious who that's going to.
Absolutely.
Mr. Pat Harrington. Not only are you you're like one of the coolest teachers, probably the coolest teacher. You're just a great guy. You seem like a good dad. I'm not sure. And you invited Luke and I to dinner, so that's nice.
Still waiting on that invite to his house.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
But yeah, you are like, GOAT stands for greatest of all time, obviously. And yeah, you're the Tom Brady of Northridge teachers, or Aaron Rodgers of Northridge teachers.
You know, I'd like to say there are 3 people in my life who have really stood out and been like North Stars to me that have guided me on my way throughout my mission in life. Cher, Madonna, and Mr. Matthew Mock. And that's why we've chosen to honor Mr. Marsland today with the Kenny Hayden's Long Lost Brother Award.
Congratulations, Mr. Marsland. We knew you had it in you.
You earned it, Domer.
And that concludes our little award ceremony here tonight. And let's finish this off right with the Northridge Band.